Hello, good morning.
Yay! Hello, lovely ladies. Good morning. Can you hear me, Fidel?
Yes, yes, I can hear
Okay,
you now.
perfect, perfect. I was about to have a panic attack. It's so good to have you both joining us today. We will not be able to hear from Nada as she is indisposed at the moment, but we are so excited that the both of you are able to join us today. And I want to say thank you to everyone who's joining the call. Again, as a reminder, we are talking with some wonderful founders and some of our Halcyon alumni in the MENA region. And we are going to be talking about their experience in the Halcyon program in our first ever MENA cohort. And we're going to talk a little bit about how you, if you are an aspiring founder, can participate in the next cohort of MENA Fellows. So just to kind of jump right in, ladies, could you introduce yourself? I will start with Fidel on my right, and then we can go over to you, Sandoz.
Sure, definitely. So, hi, I'm Fidele El Achkar. I'm founder of FoodSight Lebanon. We mainly provide online consulting services for the agri-food industry, a one-stop shop marketplace.
Awesome, thank you. Sandoz?
Thank you.
Hey, hello everyone. My name is Sundus. I'm a co-founder and the CEO of Hakini. So Hakini is an online platform that covers a full life cycle of mental health services. And I'm so glad for being with you here today. Thanks.
Awesome, thank you, ladies. So a few quick questions just to give people what it's like to be a founder. Can you give us in like 3 words, what is it like? What is a typical day like for you? When you wake up in the morning and then you go to bed, what's a typical day like for you?
So
Go,
I go
let's start
first.
with Sandoz. Sorry, go ahead. Sandoz.
Sandoz, go ahead.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe when we are talking about our daily life, it's definitely will be, comparing to our life being as an employee, like working in a company. So it's not that because sometimes you got to work 16 hours a day, 12 hours a day, some work on few things during your weekend, which is supposed to be the time that you're taking. You need to relax. You need just to turn off everything and to have some time for yourself. So it's not easy. It's not, and especially for people who are expecting to have, for instance, the same social life. It's not. I mean, you barely can have time to spend with your family, with your friends, and so on. So, yeah.
Mhm. I understand that. What about you, Fidel?
Yeah, it's definitely challenging. It's definitely something really different of what we've used to do when we were employees. As Sandus mentioned, it's more challenging. We have more responsibilities. We have more decision to make, even if we're not working on the small details on our own, and we have our team, etc. But we need to be involved in all the in every single detail somehow. Yeah, it's really challenging, but it's really rewarding. Yeah.
That's awesome. So you've spoken a little bit about like the personal challenges. I know like being a founder is an uphill battle. It's not something that you just wake up and do in the morning. And so, I mean, I know personally I have a lot of respect for the work you both do. So can you give us maybe one of those challenges that you've experienced and let us know how being a Halcyon Fellow has enabled you to work through them?
Yeah. Okay, so maybe I'll go first. So talking about the challenges, usually I would like to highlight two main things. So first of all is being a Palestinian entrepreneur, and the second thing is being a female entrepreneur. So for entrepreneur, it's very challenging for me because, like since we are living under occupation, we don't have access to many resources. We don't have the freedom to move, to travel, and so on. We don't have even an ecosystem. We don't have a currency here in Palestine. So you can imagine that building a business and starting from Palestine, how much is challenging for us. The second is about being female entrepreneur, because I felt that, I mean, in many times, especially when you are a female, you're the CEO and you're working with other founders who are males. So sometimes you feel that people, they do not recognize you. You know what I mean? They prefer directly speaking to males because they barely can see you sometimes. You know what I mean? And in some cases, it's that they always expect you to be polite even when they behave in a way that is so rude. So just a little bit talking about this. So for one of the investors, so he wasted my time. And then I was like, خلاص يعني we're not agreed on that. I don't want you to invest in my company. And he was like, you know what? Don't use any of the connections I made for you. So, and he said like, this is not the tone of voice you started with. So he expected from me to be polite all the time while he's, you know, behaving in a way that maybe it's not appropriate for me. So yeah, 2 minutes.
It's hard. Fidele, tell us what's your experience like. And I feel like Sandoz, you've touched on something that could be a whole separate conversation for another day. But perhaps let's hear from Fidele. What's your experience like?
Yeah, definitely. And I feel I understand you, Sandos, on so many points, because Lebanon, the situation is kind of similar to Palestine. We had a lot of challenges, and they were interconnected with each other, either on the personal level or the business level. The devaluation of the currency, the lack of access to funds, being also a female entrepreneur with everything that's happening. It's a chaotic situation we've been through for the past 2 years, and we started when the revolution started in Lebanon, and it's been really a chaotic situation around us. Also, when it comes to the team, and a lot of the people that we've been working with, they left the company, they relocated, they are not really committed with us anymore. So we had to really have a lot of rotation within the team. Mainly the main co-founder had to step down, and another co-founder joined. So this was one of the main challenges. And on the other side as well, on how to keep on working on all the activities. And the main challenge we faced was really related to the industry we're working with in Lebanon. And these businesses that we're trying to support, they are looking for more than technical support. They are looking for funds themselves. They are looking for financial support, and they are really looking for anyone who can provide them this support. So the situation wasn't really easy, and I guess that moving on to your next question regarding the participation in the Halcyon program, it was really enlightening for us to remind us that even if we're struggling here in Lebanon, for example, in our own country, there is a lot of potential in the MENA region. There is a lot of potential around us. We're really across MENA within the founders, either the females and the other founders. We have a lot of shared problems and also opportunities, and we can come together to really exchange these ideas and really come with more solutions that can provide more impact.
Thank you, ladies. I heard you identify the challenge of what it means to be a well-behaved woman in the entrepreneurship and business space, the challenge of being a company that provides a resource to other people, to other companies that they themselves need financing, and just overall the challenge of being a woman in the workplace. So to touch on what you mentioned, Fidele, is there what other benefits or opportunities has the Halcyon Fellowship provided you with? And I guess we can start with this. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. So if I'm gonna answer your question here, it was really really interesting for us when it comes to the networking and the and being connected with the Jordanian stakeholders, to be specific. And we're coming back next week to Jordan, and we're now in serious discussions with some major partners to collaborate with on impactful projects for the agri-food industry. So it was really it came on point for us with FoodSight to help us directly fast track the access to the Jordanian market, and from it to the MENA region, hopefully.
That's awesome. So being able to network across the region, that's amazing.
Exactly.
What about you, Sandos?
Yeah, of course. Also, يعني, I totally agree with what Fidel mentioned is about networking to meet all the entrepreneurs, inspiring entrepreneurs from the MENA region, talking about the common things that we are going through as challenges. The opportunities out there is also about the exposure because, as I mentioned, I think it's a tough situation in Palestine and also in Lebanon. So to get that chance to travel and to meet the top-notch mentors and investors from many different countries, it was very beneficial and helpful for us. And yeah, so after Halcyon also we traveled twice to Jordan to meet many investors and to discuss further opportunities. So yeah, it was very helpful for us. It was a great
That's
experience.
that's awesome. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Let me take a
Can I
moment
add
to say
something
hi,
on this
Sid.
note?
Okay, go ahead.
Can I add
Sorry.
something, Mercy, regarding the experience? Because I didn't mention this. The experience of being a part of this fellow week with these amazing entrepreneurs, this was really the highlight of the week for us. This was really the highlight of the experience for us. Besides the networking and the access to the Jordanian market, meeting Sundus and the other fellows, it was really, really amazing.
That's awesome. So for all those watching, we have a couple fellows. Hello, Sid. Um, what they have said, they touched on our residency week, all of our programs. The fellows have an opportunity to spend time together and bond and have skills trainings and connect with different investors. And so that's basically what they are mentioning there. And I should also put a plug. We have applications for upcoming MENA programs. So if you are interested, we'll be putting some information in the comments about how you can sign up and participate in that. And if you also want to hear more about what the application process is like, on Monday the 19th, we will be having a Q&A as well. So ladies, I want to just kind of maybe round out with two other questions in terms of one, what is the one thing you're doing different after your fellowship? And then secondly, what would be a piece of advice you would give to either a current and future founder? Those are hard questions, I know. So let's start with Sondos.
Okay, so maybe I will start with the advice for the founders. So my main advice always, it's all about the faith. So it's a tough journey. We'll go through many ups and downs. So if you will lose yourself, so you won't be able to continue. So always to have faith in yourself. It's okay to ask for help when you need it, and to keep yourself surrounded with a successful and inspirational people so they can help you to continue in your journey. And yeah, so this is my main advice for them. For the next question, okay, maybe I did not get the question well. So it was about.
It was about what is one thing you're doing differently after the fellowship as a result of the program?
Maybe it's not only about one thing. The whole experience was very, I learned a lot from the entrepreneurs that I met. It was a source of motivation and inspiration for me because, I felt that we're not the only people that facing all these challenges. So you got to learn from the entrepreneurs themselves. And also, as I said, it was a very big opportunity for us to meet to meet some people at Halcyon that helped us to open a good networking for investors and, advisors in many different Arab countries. So it's not only about one main thing, it's about many things, as I said.
Okay. Fidele?
Well, I can start by mentioning the motivation from what Sandos talked about, because being demotivated somehow with all what's happening around us this week was really enlightening to us to really regain our motivation and our faith to keep on moving forward with the adaptation. And I can say that to add on this that for FoodSight, we are working now more smart than hard, and we are focusing on specific goals and activities to scale up across the region. Than on focusing on very small details we were carried around with. So, and for the advice to the fellows that could join Halcyon Fellowship or that are now getting started with their entrepreneurship journey, it's gonna be really hard. It's not easy, but start with small steps and then move on to the next ones, and don't lose face, as Sundus mentioned, but also stay focused, and you're gonna face a lot of problems. It's not gonna be a very smooth journey, but along the way, any problem you're gonna face, question it and go to the origin of it, and then move on to the adaptation cycle, and then say what's next, and then how I can improve it, how can I overcome this problem, what can I do next to move on from this problem to the solution, and then you'll find yourself succeeding.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ladies. Is there anything else that you would like to share with our audience and all who've joined today?
Yeah, so maybe
Halcyon, it's gonna be a really rewarding journey.
Yeah.
Thank you. Same for you, Sandoz?
Yeah, to add just on what you've mentioned, Fidele, it's also about the lifestyle to keep motivation, I think, because many entrepreneurs, they don't understand that it's, since you decided that you will create a venture and start working on a startup, so your life going to be very different than before. So you need always to have, to decide is my lifestyle will be. Of course, it's not like before. Always to have a plan, because you wake up every morning and you know what you are going to do. So you are on the safe side. So things will not be messed up, and you will go through all these, messy things. So it's always about also the lifestyle, and as I said, to be ready always and to have a plan for everything that you are going to do. So that's it. And yeah, it was a great experience, and also to see you, Fidele, again. It's
really my pleasure to meet in person very soon.
Yes. So ladies, there's just one quick question. So we only have like a few seconds left. So if you can answer very quickly, and then we'll wrap up. But Anton Naylor asked, what is your insecurity and how do you deal with it? Yeah, as a business person.
Maybe I can answer this. Maybe Santos agrees with me. The insecurity that the society creates around us as female entrepreneurs. Maybe sometimes we think about it, and we think that maybe as female entrepreneurs we're not able to really do what male entrepreneurs are doing, or we're not able to succeed. And some of the people around us, even if now women empowerment is boosted, and there is encouragement for a lot of female entrepreneurs to move forward with their businesses, with their ideas, etc. But still, whenever we're maybe dealing with important people, etc., they look at you and they say, "Okay, it's fine, but then you did this, and this is enough, and that maybe you cannot go to the highest level, and you cannot maybe move forward with this plan even further." So these kind of insecurities that maybe they are not really in us, but they are created by the environment around us. This is on top of my mind that we face this a lot, and whenever we're in meetings, sometimes they look at us in this way, but we're trying to stay confident and to prove that either we're females or we're males or whoever we are, we can really achieve what we are really focused on implementing.
Yeah, I agree with you, Fidele, and furthermore, recently we started to see many opportunities for female entrepreneurs, but unfortunately, most of these opportunities are available as, charity or donation. I'm totally fine with it, but when it comes to real investment, we don't see that much, that is dedicated for female entrepreneurs. So yeah, and there are many other things that make it, yeah, as insecurity for us as female entrepreneurs.
Thank you, ladies, so much. Thank you for your insightful words. Thank you for your time. Thank you all for everyone who has joined the call today. If you are interested in joining our fellowships, feel free to check out the link in our bio, and don't forget to follow us at Halcyon Inspires. And we will see you next time. So thank you once again. And ladies, it's such a pleasure to see you, and looking forward to when we can see face to face. Come to DC. We are more than welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you,
We'd love to
Mercy,
host
so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We'd love
thank
to
you.
see you as well.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Bye, ladies.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, everyone who joined. Bye-bye.